Good evening and welcome to NewsWatch Ole Miss. We are so excited to be kicking off your night with you. I'm Caroline Dardo.
And I'm Mary Martin Booker. We're keeping you in the know on all things live and local here in Oxford. But before we dive into tonight's news, it's finally starting to feel like fall here on campus.
Yes, it is. The leaves are starting to change colors and I'm feeling ready to pull out my fall sweaters.
Let's check in with our weather anchor, Erica Dierke, to take a look at our current conditions.
Yes, so as you can see, it is sunny, it is warm out, about 83 degrees, but if you went outside this morning, you probably needed a hoodie as we got a little sneak peek at the fall weather that is soon approaching. But more weather updates for you guys later on in the show. Back to you.
Thank you, Erica. Today is day 15 of the government shutdown, and senators failed to pass a short-term government funding proposal from the Republican Party. The stopgap bill was passed by the House and needed 60 votes to pass in the Senate, but did not get enough Democratic support. This may be because the bill did not address any of the health care concerns that the Democrats are looking for. The bill would reopen the government through November 21st. However, as of now, it is still shut down.
This morning in San Antonio, Texas, 2 police officers were shot outside of a hotel. The suspect is now dead. The San Antonio police chief said it began when an officer and a cadet were taunted by a man making gestures in a parking lot. The officers chose to ignore the man until a woman called 911 to report the disturbance at the address of the hotel, then the call disconnected. According to authorities, the suspect said, quote, "I'm not going back to prison." He then began to run and drew a gun from his waistband. Then a shootout between the officers and the suspect. Both officers were shot in their arms, and both are expected to recover. The suspect was pronounced dead at the scene, and there's an ongoing investigation to the incident. Switching gears from some local news, Vice President J.D. Vance will be visiting Ole Miss on Wednesday, October 29th. The Ole Miss Turning Point USA chapter announced via social media this afternoon that the Vice President will be accompanied by Erica Kirk, the wife of late conservative activist Charlie Kirk, as a part of Turning Point USA's The Turning Point Tour. This comes after Charlie Kirk, the founder and CEO of Turning Point USA, was assassinated in September at Utah State University. Charlie was originally supposed to speak here at Ole Miss on October 29th.
Early this morning, an inmate at the Lafayette County Detention Center was found dead. According to the Lafayette County Sheriff's Office, officers discovered inmate John Leith Halley Jr. unresponsive in his cell. Halley Jr. was pronounced dead by paramedics and no foul play is suspected. Halley Jr. was arrested earlier this month for allegedly stealing a piece of construction equipment. The cause of the inmate's death will be investigated by the Mississippi State Medical Examiner Office.
Well, in some lighter news, fall doesn't just bring some cooler morning temperatures, it also gives students the time to fall in love with a new spot on campus.
Yes, it does. Although the University of Mississippi's museum has been around since 1939, they're working to bring in students with new programs and activities. NewsWatch reporter Jessica Johnson has the full story.
For Carlene Gardner, accepting a new job at Ole Miss was personal.
Here I got my start at this museum, and so I just really know the possibility and the potential, and that's what excited me about just kind of coming back and giving back to Ole Miss and Mississippi.
As the museum's director, Gardner also oversees the William Faulkner House, Roanoke. Curator Bill Griffith has a past connection to Gardner.
I knew Carlene as a graduate student back in the early 90s, and she was a focused, hardworking graduate student.
Griffith says it was Gardner's work ethic and positive attitude that made her stand out.
I thought all of them were going to be like that because she was my first, and I was wrong. She was an exception and did a great job.
Similar opportunities are available now for students interested in working in museums, Gardner says.
I know some students have done audio tours at Roanoke. We're also launching a museum docent program for students, so they'll give tours.
Gardner hopes to inspire students to pursue careers in museums, just like she has.
So really trying to do anything we can to engage students here, give them kind of, some autonomy and leadership experiences, and really, get to work in a museum.
In Oxford, Jessica Johnson, NewsWatch Ole Miss.
I think that I might need to go check out the museum.
Yeah, it looks super cool.
Absolutely. And speaking of like things for fall, what's like your #1 fall activity?
You gotta love carving pumpkins, right? So
Yes.
cute. What about you?
I like to walk around the square and look at the pumpkin patch at the Episcopal Church and check out all the fall options at the stores.
They always do such a good job in the square. Speaking of the square, if you're going out there tonight, it'll be about 65 degrees, and we will get into other things going on with the weather around town later after the break.
Gonna be a hot one out there for move-in weekend, Ole Miss. Good luck this year, Red.
You did it. You're home. I can't wait for you to discover the true meaning of Hotty Toddy. It's a cheer that connects us all to the red and blue. It's the moment that begins when you step on campus and continues long after you turn your tassel. I can't wait for you to discover your legacy and make the world a better place. Are you ready?
Are you a Mississippi University College enrolled junior or senior pursuing an exciting career in broadcasting? The Mississippi Association of Broadcasters is offering scholarships to help qualified college students realize their dreams. Mississippi radio and TV broadcasters are looking for the best of the best to work in a variety of rewarding positions. Apply today and learn more. Visit msbroadcasters.org and click on the Students link. Applications must be received by October 17th. Apply today.
It's yours?
No,
Your mother said she found it in your closet.
I don't know. One of the guys must have...
Must have what?
Look, Dad, it's not...
Where did you get it?
Dad,
Answer me. Who taught you how to do this stuff?
You, all right? I learned it by watching you.
Parents who use drugs have children who use drugs.
Before we celebrate the freedom most Americans have, we must fight for the freedom all Americans deserve. Because all lives can't matter until Black lives matter.
Welcome back, Revs. I'm Erica Dirkey with Storm Watch. I know we just alluded to the autumn temperatures before the break, but we're not quite there yet. Today was definitely pretty sunny, right? We're looking at, it was 83 degrees is probably the high. It was, bouncing around the low 80s. Very sunny, a little bit of wind, absolutely no chance of precipitation right now. And it is not as humid as it's been, but certainly we're still feeling a little bit muggy, but mostly we're still getting a lot of sun and heat. Regionally, I'm seeing a huge outlier here in South Haven with this 86 degrees. It's still pretty hot going on right now, and it's going to be even hotter tomorrow. We'll get into that in a second. And then around here in the middle, we're all 83 degrees is the high. Tupelo with 85 degrees. But yes, we still have a little bit of heat just eking through before we can get to that autumn. But don't worry, in the evening and in the mornings, it'll be brisk. So you have that to look forward to if you're really anticipating those autumn temperatures. Then looking at tonight's forecast, it is going to be 65 degrees at the very lowest. We're looking about high 50s. It's going to be clear, a little bit of wind, absolutely no precipitation, and obviously some humidity. But that is a lot more representative of the autumn that a lot of people are waiting for. Tomorrow, just a tiny bit warmer with a high of about 85 degrees, might even get a little bit warmer. And it'll obviously be sunny, a lot less humid though, so that should probably balance it out. And then looking regionally, whoa, South Haven, almost 90 degrees in the middle of October. I can't believe it, but we're not far off in the rest of our region with the mid to high 80s. So this is kind of looking like it's gonna be our last day, our last real day of heat, at least for the nearby future. And then in the evening, we're not even really dropping into the 50s at the very lowest. We're still in the 60s. So it's definitely going to be a pretty warm day tomorrow. That being said, look what I compiled for us. If you are looking to tan, these might be your last 2 days. So we have the UV index according to the National Weather Service. It is still going to be Hannibal today and tomorrow. But then looking forward into the 5-day forecast, we see these nice days that we've been talking about, and then we are looking at a little bit of some rain and storm, right? So we have Friday, we'll start the day cloudy, and then it'll get Sunday. Saturday, it is going to be sunny in the morning, but by 1 p.m. we'll see some showers, and by the evening there will be thunderstorms, which will carry into Sunday morning. And then looking at Sunday and Monday, that is that cold temperature you have been looking for. It is finally starting to cool down by the end of this weekend.
Wow. Okay, tanning. Hello. Happy October, everyone.
Yeah. Mid-October tanning. You can still do it for 2 more days, so mark your calendar.
And I'll be out there, guys.
Yes. We just talked about this earlier.
We did. Well, coming up is sports. Seasons end and seasons begin. Soccer is hosting their last home match this Thursday, and men's tennis have a new title. All this and more when we get back from this short break.
We're here when you're ready.
It's a beautiful day out here. Sunny today with light breezes, giving way to clouds in the afternoon. We could see some light precipitation to moderate precipitation later on, followed by powerful storm-like conditions. 90 miles per hour winds are expected. Authorities are asking everyone, stay indoors. Come on, that's it. Let's go.
Disaster tips from the objects left behind.
My home wasn't insured, but you can check your insurance policy now to make sure you're covered. Oh.
My savings are lost, but you can put money aside and plan for unexpected disaster costs.
We're lost forever, but you can scan important documents now so they survive.
For more tips on how to prepare, visit ready.gov.
Two flashes.
So challenge. Feel like you get taller every time I see you. Congratulations, Brandon.
Thank you.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. I am Haley Hood with Sports Watch. Kicking things off in sports with some exciting news, Ole Miss men's tennis is coming home to Oxford with a shiny new trophy. Isaac Stromberg and Kai Milliburn won the ITA Southern Regional Doubles Championship Tuesday in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. They took down Alabama's undefeated duo in a nail-biter 6-4, 4-6, 10-8, and won 6 straight matches to claim the title. They even solidified their spot in the NCAA Doubles Championship this fall. This is the first regional doubles title for Ole Miss since 2017 and a huge moment for Rebel tennis. Congratulations. And it was a big week for Rebels in the NFL. Jackson Dart made his first primetime start and finished 17 of 25 for 195 yards and 1 touchdown, running the ball 13 times for 58 yards and tallied another score. At 508 yards, 4 touchdowns, and 2 interceptions, Dart is off to the best start ever by an Ole Miss quarterback in the NFL. He is quickly becoming a hometown hero for Rebel fans in Oxford, and he is just getting started. Dawson Knox scored his first touchdown of the year for the Bills, while A.J. Brown and D.K. Metcalf each racked up big yards. In total, 19 former Rebels suited up in Week 6, and they're continuing to make noise in the National Football League. I cannot wait to see what's in store for this week, Week 7. And our very own Lane Kiffin has been named to the watch list for the American Heart Association's Paul Bear Bryant Coach of the Year. Kiffin is among 28 coaches nationally and 9 within the SEC named to the watch list. This award is given annually each January to a college football coach for contributions that they make the sport better for athletes and fans by demonstrating grit, integrity, and a winning approach to coaching and life on and off the field. At 15, 18, and 6 seasons with the Rebels, Kiffin recently became the fastest coach in Ole Miss history with 50 wins and ranked second in winning percentage and third in total wins. Lane Kiffin is so admired here in Oxford, and I can confidently say some fans love him more than the sport itself. The Lane train is here, and I can promise you that it is here to stay. And we see them on the field, but how often do we see them in the classroom? Sports reporter Kaylin Rankin caught up with senior outfielder Taylor Malvin. Let us take a look.
Here at Ole Miss, we have some of the best athletes in the SEC, but it takes more than athletic talent to set these students apart from all others. I sat down with senior softball player Taylor Malvin to learn more about what it's like to be a student athlete here at Ole Miss.
Being a student athlete here, I mean, it's something really special. Sometimes you get stuck in the why am I having to do this? At the end of the day, it was a choice for all of us student athletes. It's a choice to move on, and it's really a privilege to do what we do.
Student athletes are gaining qualities that they can take with them throughout Oxford and beyond.
Academic advisor and our coach are very close. It's like coming in here, you know, I was like, oh, I didn't need to study much in high school. I didn't need to do that, whatever. And I get here, and it's like a whole new thing. It's like people are pushing you, just like on the field, and your coach is pushing you to be the best and do the extra rep, do the extra work and stuff. It kind of applies to the classroom too, just, you know, communicating with your professor. Communication is a big thing on the softball field, and another thing that is really helpful in the classroom. And I just feel like through my time here of like 4 years, a lot of trials and tribulations, just the work ethic, just the, you know, we're up at 5 a.m. and we're not going to go to bed till 9 p.m. because we're still doing homework, and you know that's what people do in the real world. Time management is a big one, just knowing where your priorities are and stuff, and mostly getting stuff done when you need to get them done. Yeah. Like there's a deadline at work, there's a deadline in softball, there's a deadline in school. Like that has been like the biggest one for me. It's like, well, I got to get it done, and you find a way to get it done, just like you do in the workforce.
Thank you, Kaylin. Speaking of beginnings, they can only happen when one season ends. Ole Miss women's soccer wraps up their regular season with a home game tomorrow night against the LSU Tigers. Kickoff is at 6 o'clock p.m., and fans are encouraged to wear everyone's favorite color, powder blue. The Rebels are coming off a 1-1 tie with Kentucky, and freshman Mila Yursig scored her first career goal. And Rebel fans keep an eye on Katie Ramsden, who's leading Ole Miss in goals, assists, and points. And our very own Sydney Abolovich, who leads the entire SEC with 50 saves. It's senior night, it's a rivalry matchup, and it's happening at the newly renovated Ole Miss Soccer Stadium all tomorrow night. I hope to see you all there. That's all I have for sports. Back to y'all at the desk.
Thank you, Haley, for that sports update. Coming up, we have an exciting interview you won't want to miss.
Yes, we do. The host of The Night Show, Hallie Reeves, sat down with some Ole Miss royalty. Hear the full details after the break. NewsWatch Ole Miss will be right back.
Hey, Mississippi.
Hey, Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Because picking up litter costs us time
and money.
MDOT spends $3.2 million a year picking up litter.
That's money that could be used to maintain roads and bridges,
patch potholes,
and focus on improving Mississippi's infrastructure.
Please help us help you.
We can't do it without you.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Don't trash Mississippi.
Don't wait. Communicate. Make your emergency plan today.
Hi. Can I get the Now Bar, please?
No problem. $1.
Have a good one.
Got it.
Hi, can I get a Now Bar, please?
$1.
Thanks.
Hey, what's going on?
Hey.
Hey, let me get a Now Bar.
Sure. $1.
Appreciate you.
You got it.
How's it going? Can I get a Now Bar?
Hey, stop right there! Get down on the ground! Out of your spot, right? Get down! Come on, over your head! Now!
Hey, let's check out this park.
Oh, wow, that's really cool. To find a great local park or forest near you, go to discovertheforest.org.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Just last week, the university celebrated homecoming. There were so many activities for students to attend, and we even crowned some new Ole Miss royalty.
Yes, we did, and our very own Hallie Reeves, host of The Night Show, our Friday night entertainment hour, sat down with our newly crowned homecoming king and queen.
Thank you guys so much for joining me today.
Yes, we're so excited!
Well, I think everyone that's won is a great example of who Ole Miss is. Like, y'all are so involved. You're in so many different organizations that not are just like organizations here on campus, but go to benefiting the school. And so let's kind of go through your actual campaign slogan and the theme behind it. Where did this idea come from? Did you hit up ChatGPT? Were you like, did it pop in your head one day? What is the inspiration behind it?
For my campaign, like one thing that we wanted to do was, like Terrell said, keep it very authentic to me. And so in the beginning when we were planning the entire campaign, we had a lot of like team meetings and brand meetings. Like my friend Susie was telling me, like, we used a lot of inspo from Charlie XCX, and apparently when she was like planning Brat, they went through like a lot of like logistics on how they wanted to showcase like the album, like going down from the song titles, but also down to like the color of the campaign, and like we really try to take that and put it in our own campaign. And so like berry, like that was like a prime color of our campaign, but we decided it was like fun and unique, and that was, I think, representative of my entire time at Ole Miss. And then the entire campaign is centered around daring to be and who you dare to be. And that was just what I asked myself 4 years ago when I came here on who I wanted to be. As someone who's moved around 3 different countries, 6 different states, I wanted to keep, international. I wanted to show how I felt when I came to Ole Miss. Like in multiple different areas, I was a new kid and you have a lot of pressure on like fitting in and changing who you are, but at Ole Miss I never felt that. And so I wanted to be able to give that same feeling towards everyone else here. And so the whole campaign was centered around being yourself and being authentic.
So you ran unopposed.
I did.
That's crazy.
Yes.
So what was that like? Break it down. What were you expecting?
Well, I definitely didn't view myself as unopposed until I got to the meeting and I like saw that I was the only one there like running for homecoming king, because like I just didn't want to expect anything. But I would say running unopposed definitely did alleviate some anxiety that could have been present during the campaign season. But I am a Capricorn. I'm a competitor at heart. So I do think in some ways like having an opponent would have been really fun. And it would have like made the win like even more satisfying in that way. But it was still a lot of fun.
Were there things that you did differently because you knew you were running?
No, not really. I was just really wanting to be authentic all throughout my campaign, and just like whatever came to mind, I just wanted to do, and whatever I thought was cool, I wanted to do, which I thought was something that Adia did really well throughout her campaign too. It really felt authentic to you, and you just were doing whatever you thought was cool at the time.
And one thing also, I mean, if we're gonna brag on each other, like one thing I appreciated that even though Terrell was running unopposed, like he was still out there tabling the entire time. He had his sign up, like he was doing all the things that you would do if you were running with an opponent, which I thought just like showed that his heart was there like throughout the entire campaign to like really show who he was.
Thank you.
So both of your campaigns, I feel like, were very based around the idea of authenticity and just being yourself and your appreciation and love for Ole Miss. As you're both seniors, your time's kind of coming to an end as your reign. What do you want your legacy to be as you leave Ole Miss?
I definitely want to be remembered as a light that people know will continue to be spread throughout to others.
Yeah. I think like on the same like metaphor of like spreading light, like just being someone who always spread positivity and like I think one thing that I've always tried to do the last 4 years is like always meet people where they are, and like we try to showcase that in the campaign video. Like doing the interviews and meeting people, we did it in different parts of Oxford that weren't just on campus. And so like meeting people where they are, whether they're having a good day or a bad day, just like being a friend to everyone that needs it. I couldn't ask for a better mission.
It seems like Ole Miss is in great hands this year with these two.
Coming up after the break, we are talking about all things pop culture. We'll be right back.
Are you a Mississippi University College enrolled junior or senior pursuing an exciting career in broadcasting? The Mississippi Association of Broadcasters is offering scholarships to help qualified college students realize their dreams. Mississippi radio and TV broadcasters are looking for the best of the best to work in a variety of rewarding positions. Apply today and learn more. Visit msbroadcasters.org and click on the Students link. Applications must be received by October 17th. Apply today.
If words were enough, I would help you bear your burden. I would watch each child of yours grow strong and true. Teach them to read and to write and to sing, so that their voices be forgotten nevermore. If words were enough, I would sate your hunger, and you would know you are my sister, my brother, my child. If words were enough.
The funny thing about Hannah is she never crawled. She skipped it entirely and went straight to walking and running. She was such an eager little girl. Guess she was always looking for the next amazing thing. I know that Hannah loved every one of you.
We are Ole Miss Rebels. As Mississippi's flagship university, we dig deeper, see farther, work harder. We pioneered human organ transplants. We helped prove Einstein's theory of gravitational waves. We are distinguished as a Carnegie R1 top 2.5% research institution. We are Ole Miss, transforming lives and the world.
Welcome back to NewsWatch Ole Miss. Roll out the red carpet because it's time to talk about what's new in pop culture.
Let's hand it over to entertainment anchor Caitlin Salas.
Thanks, guys. It was a busy week in the world of pop culture. So get your popcorn ready and let's take a look. Starting off, Alec Baldwin was involved in a car crash in East Hampton, New York yesterday. He was driving his wife, Hilaria Baldwin's vehicle. His brother, Stephen Baldwin, was also in the car when they crashed into a tree while traveling home. Alec Baldwin explained how he got cut off and drove into the tree to avoid a collision, but reports claim that the two are okay. And it's Wednesday, which means Dancing with the Stars aired last night. This week was Dedication Week, and there were many great dedication pieces and performances. In a nostalgic and heartfelt moment, Dennis Quaid from The Parent Trap attended to support co-star Elaine Hendricks. She dedicated her dance to her best friend and fellow Parent Trap co-star, Lisa Ann Walter. What a beautiful reunion. And bringing things home to Oxford, Tina, the Tina Turner musical, is headed to the Ford Center. Touring in states from Arkansas to California, it is one to be sure not to miss. Student tickets are $40 and general admission ranges from $60 to $110. Thank you for tuning in to Kate's Corner, and make sure to pop in for the pop culture next Wednesday. Back to you guys at the desk.
Before we wrap up tonight, we want to wish a very happy birthday to one of our graphics producers, Taylor. That's all we have for tonight. I'm Mary Martin Booker.
And I'm Caroline Dardo with your latest news.
I'm Erica Durkee with Stormwatch.
And I'm Haley Hood with Sports Watch.
Thank you for watching NewsWatch Ole Miss, where we keep it live and keep it local.
Be sure to tune in tomorrow at 5 p.m. Good night. Yay! Bonus, guys.